So it tells us click on the layout tab and we're going to click on margins. Then we're going to go to the bottom, and there's other ways to do that. So let's just go to the layout tab and we'll click on margins. You could also do it through page setup. So then we want to go to custom margins. And that brings up the page setup box over here. Or we could just click on the page setup over here. So it wants us to go in margin under margins, press tab 2 times to select the left. So we're good over here. And in the left we want 1.25, which is good. And then we want to type in 1. And then we want to type in the right, we want 1. And click on OK. Add the file name to the footer, which we did that before. So we're going to click on Insert, and we're going to go to Footer. We're going to go to Edit Footer, and we'll go to Document Information and choose File Name. And close it. So we're going to select all the text in the document by typing Control-A. And then we're going to click the Align the Paragraph Left in here. Now, you can also hit Control-L here, but let's go to this here and click on Align Left. Notice that it's got Control-A, but this is left, center, right, and this is justified. Select the first paragraph. Sterling point, and then on the mini toolbar, so we're going to select this here. See if it lets us do the selection bar, which it does not. And we're going to go, here's the mini toolbar, and we're going to change the font to 40. If you don't get the mini toolbar, you can right click and choose it from there. So here's our mini toolbar, and then we just go to 40, which obviously there is no 40, so just type in 40. Hit enter, and then select the second paragraph, which is this, and we will change the font size to 26. And select the first and second paragraphs, and we'll choose center. So here's our first and second paragraph. I'm going to hit Control-E and see if it works. So Control-E, which it did. Notice this is center is Control-E. Select the first bold head subheading, and we're going to scroll down in here. We're going to hold the Control key down and select Requirements. So we need to find out where requirement. When you hold the Control key down, it adds to the selection. So we'll hold the Control key down here. So now we have both of them selected. And then scroll down, and then we want to do the third, upcoming internships, wherever that is. So I'm holding the Control key down again. Make sure you do not click. Make sure the Control key down is there. And so we should have 3 of them, and then we'll click on center. Select all the text in the document, and then we'll do the line spacing. So here is Control-A again, and here is line spacing right up top here. And we want to change that to 1.5. Below the title and subtitle, click anywhere in the paragraph that begins Sturgeon Point Productions. So we clicked anywhere, and then we want to go in the paragraph launcher, which is here, and we want to do indentations. So it tells us we want to do special, and we want to do a first line. So this is special. We'll click on first line, which what you normally want is the first line to be indented, and then it automatically went to 0.5, but you can change it to whatever you want. Click on OK, and notice that it went up here. Look up top here what it did. You could also do it from your markers up top. And then we want to click anywhere in a paragraph that begins with as an intern, which is right here. And we're going to drag the first line marker, which is what I was telling you up here. Be careful. This is left. This is a first line, and this is a hanging. We want to only do the one that looks like an upside down, or actually looks like home plate. We are going to make that to 0.5. and sometimes it's a little hard to get. So it moved it automatically, or I could have clicked on the paragraph and done it from that way. Use the apply using either to apply first line indent to the paragraph that begins here is partial. So as soon as I can find here is partial, here it is right here. And when you can't find something, I can't say for sure if it'll work on the simulation. Just click on find. Okay, so that will not work, but here you could do it from there. So we want here is partial, and I'm going to do the paragraph. I'm going to do first line by 1.5. That takes care of that. Select the text of the document, and then we want to spacing. We want to change the value to 6 point. So what that means is after each paragraph, and you know it's a paragraph because you have the paragraph mark over here, we want to put 0.6 between the lines. So that's not individual lines, that's only paragraph. So we want to go to the spacing, we want to go to after, we're going to click 1 here. Now notice it has nothing to do with the line spacing between each line, but it's going to add a little extra between the paragraphs. So you can see now we have a little bit more between films and over here. Near the top of the page, select the subheading Internship Program, and including the paragraph mark. So since I didn't get it the first time, I'm holding the Shift key down, and it's obviously not working in this particular simulation. So including the paragraph. So let's start from this side and drag it. All right, well, it's click over here, and let's try dragging again. Well, yeah, the simulation's not allowing the paragraph mark to be selected, but that's okay. So we're going to scroll down using the vertical scroll bar, which is this, and we're going to select requirements upcoming in here. So let's find that. And I use my mouse wheel to do it. So it worked just fine on this one. And then we'll go to the upcoming internships. And it worked just fine on that one. With all three, we want to make the spacing to be set before 12 point. So we have it up top already here, so we're going to do 12 point over here. And here, let's see if page 1, okay, it might not have like this one here. Let's see what we have here. So apparently that worked. However, it's not, did I miss something here, spacing before? So this did not seem to take for me. I do not know why. I do not see anything that I did wrong. So let me reset it here and select all the text in the document. And we'll change the paragraph to 6 point. We want the spacing after to be 6 point. And then near the top of page 1, we want to select the internship. You know why? Because I can't read. It says insert program, and I'm doing internship guide. No wonder. All right, so that takes care of that. Problem solved. And then we'll go and change this to, we have something 24. All right, so it had somewhere 24 anyway, so I just changed it to 12. On the first page of the document, select short feature films and the 5 paragraphs after it. So short feature films, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5 paragraphs after it. And then we're going to choose bullets. So we'll go to the Home tab and we'll put in bullets. On the first page of the document, select the second list that begins with Production Assistant, and we're going to go all the way down to Assistant Set Designer, and we'll do bullets in that as well. On page 2, apply bullets to the 6 paragraphs that indicate the September meetings. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's click on those. Position the insertion point at the end of the paragraph that begins exact requirements. As soon as I find it, I will. And here it is. Exact requirements, position at the end of the paragraph. Press the Enter key to create a new blank paragraph. Notice the marks are on, so you can see there's a blank paragraph here. So drag the first line marker indent to the left so it's positioned directly above the lower button on the left margin. So notice that it's here, so we're going to drag it here, or if it'll let us do it, I will just go in here and change this to none. So I don't have to drag it. See if that works, which it did. In the blank paragraph below, type 1. Be sure, and let's see, wants us to type in 1. Be sure to type the period, because then it's going to add actually numbers for us. And press the space bar, and notice that it add numbering for us. There is a way to fix it where you don't type it in, but for right now, we'll just leave it at this. Be enrolled in an accredited film program. Press the Enter key, and I probably spelled something wrong because nothing happened. Be enrolled in an accredited film program, and press Enter. And so there's the 2. Be available during the entire production schedule. Press Enter. And let's see, be available during the entire, okay, spell production wrong. And I must have spelled something wrong. Be available during the entire production schedule. So I'm not seeing anything that is spelled wrong, and that's one of the things that you have to be very careful of. You don't spell everything just proper, it will not do it. So let's see. Be available during the entire production, schedule. So notice that I cannot find any spelling mistake, although there must be something that I have spelled wrong. Be available during the entire production schedule. It tells me to hit the Enter key. So I'm going to hit the Enter key. And it worked. Okay, good. So apparently I was hitting the Enter key after the paragraph mark. That's the only thing that I could think of. So, but if you have a problem with that, then go to the View All and choose the Learning Aids and go to the Watch Video for assistance in here. Because a lot of times it's just something very simple that is hard to notice. So now we're going to type in submit to. As soon as it lets me. Submit to faculty recommendation. Do not type a period. And does it tell us to hit the Enter key? Submit to faculty recommendation letters. And we still have that same problem. Submit to faculty recommendation letters. So we're going to press Control N to get to the end of the document. And we're going to select the bulleted list, which would be this. And then we're going to click on the symbol itself. So here's our bulleted list. On the mini toolbar, click the bullets and the check mark in it. So here is our bullets, and we're going to change it to check mark. With the bulleted list selected, double click the format painter, and we're going to move to format over here. Let's see, we're going to click on format painter. That allows you to copy the format, and then we're going to go to page 1, and we're going to go to the first bulleted list right here, and notice we can, did I click the format painter? Okay, it wants us to double click it. That's why. All right. So then we're going to go and we're going to do this one here. And we'll also do, then drag 6 to, and drag the change to the second list, which is this. Perfect. And we're going to press escape to turn it off. Okay, on page 2, select the bulleted list of the, on page 2, select the bulleted list along the lower edge of the horizontal and click at the 3-point-inch ruler over here. Page 2, let's read that again. Select the bulleted list along the lower edge of the horizontal point 2 and click at the 3.5-inch over here. So, that makes no sense to me, although I know what they want us to do. Along the lower edge and point to and click at the 3. But if you have no idea what they're talking about in here. So, but this is the bulleted list. So we want the 3.5 inch in here and click on the horizontal ruler, which is this over here. So select the bulleted list and click at the 5 in here. So we have no idea what that really means, but let's do it anyway. And here is the 3.5. Now what's going to wind up doing is actually going to put a tab there. So here is 3.5. And it's hard to tell what it did there, but it puts it where there's an actually tab and you can have these things all line up. When I actually go into Word and show you tabs, you'll see more about that in here. So with the bulleted list, they'll point to the new tab marker on here. And when the screenshot, we're going to drag it to 4. So I put the tab on here. And then what it's going to do is we're going to drag it to 4. And you'll notice how it's going to change. And you'll see, hopefully, the Septembers all line up. Which it did not do anything. So let's try that again. So here, there we go. It's finally working. It's taking a little bit of time in here. And the reason why this is not lined up is a formatting issue with the margin in here. So on the in here, the left tab on display is in here. If the tab at the position there, should select 4 inches and type 6 under alignment and the right option button under leader. So basically what we want to do now is we want to use the tab box over here in the paragraph. So we're going to go into paragraph and tabs. And notice that it has 4 in here. So let's go and read this over here. Display the left tab screen tip and then double click display the tabs. In here, if necessary, select the 4 and type 6. So let's type 6 in here. Under alignment, choose right. Now, this is not changing the tab. It's actually adding a tab. Then we're going to do dot leaders. Necessary, select 4. Under alignment, do right. Then we're going to do dot leaders number 2. That puts in the little dots in here. And then we're going to click on set. And let's see, click here. Click 4 inches, select this tab in the lower end here, and click on clear. So we're going to click on clear. That gets rid of this one here, and then we're going to click on OK. Now, don't be alarmed that nothing changed up here. It'll change when you click on OK. And we'll click on OK, and if we did it right, notice everything's there. Then we have the dot leaders all set up, all nice and peachy keen. Click to position the insertion point at the end of the art meeting line after the word cafeteria. So we have to find that in here. Click to the insertion point at the end of the art meeting line. So where is the art meeting line? And we're clicked over here at the art. In here, we're going to click at the end after the word cafeteria. And then we're going to create a new blank line by hitting the enter key. Notice that the check mark is there. We're going to type in video editing. And we're going to press tab. Now, as soon as I press tab, the dot leaders are going to go there. So we have September. Hopefully I spelled September right. And 10. 7 o'clock. P.M. comma cafeteria. And the first page of the document, position the point at the end of the subtitle insert guide. Then on the insert tab, we're going to do illustrations. And we're going to go to Smart Art. You'll like Smart Art. It's pretty neat. And then we're going to click on a basic chevron. Now that can be a problem trying to find where that is. So you're going to have to, in many cases, look for things. So if you notice, if you go down over here and here and here, you're going to see what it tells you. And here's our pyramid. So if you can't find where the basic chevron is, you have to keep going on to the in here, or you can just keep going down here, and there's our basic chevron. So it's kind of a little bit tricky sometimes to find what they are. So here's our basic chevron, and then we're going to click on. Now, actually, it does tell us the fifth row, the second layout, but there's really not the thing, and it doesn't tell us that. It does tell us under process. One of these days, I'm actually going to start reading these things instead of the first couple of words. So that takes care of this. So, and the Smart Tools, we're going to click Text Pane to close the text pane here. And we have it nice in here. So, in the Smart, on the first blue arrow, click Text, type Apply Online. So we're just going to type in here and just do Apply Online. Then we'll click here and we'll do Interview. And then we'll do Train on the Job. Two more to go. In the Smart Art Solid Border, select the entire Smart object. So I like to go and we'll just click here. And we're going to get Smart to the Solid Border, select the entire Smart. Click the Smart Art Tools and Format tab. And then we're going to do a height of 1.75 and a width. So here is our size. Height will be 1.75. And the width will be 6.5. And with the Smart Art here in the Tools Dine, click, we're going to change colors. So if you have no idea where that is, start with Format, not there. Go to Design, there's Change Colors. And then we're going to click in the Colorful, click the Force Style, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on a Smart Tools Design, under 3D, do Second Insect in here. So here's Design. So here's our Smart Styles. Here's our 3D. And we want to click the second style. See, I think that looks really neat. Last one, Control N. Hit the Enter key. With the insertion point position in here, drag the first line indent marker so it's positioned directly above the lower button on the left margin. So basically that means, let's see. So it's positioned directly above the lower. So that means just basically get rid of it. In the Insert tab, we're going to click Insert. And we're going to click on Insert, click Icons. So if you're not really sure where these things are, go and actually look in here and just actually go into the physical aids that you have over here. So here's our illustration groups. Here's our icons. You know, again, if you can't find it, click on the learning aids and go over there. So let's click on icons. And then on the left side, under arts, click the clapperboard. So here's our arts. And if we don't know what clapperboard is, you need to just find and click on it until you keep getting it to see. So this is a, click on Insert and see if we got that right. So we don't know which one is the clapperboard. So it's a little bit challenging in here. So let's read it again. Under Arts, click the clapperboard icon. So the problem is, what is the clapperboard icon in here? So it's the, according to this one, it's the fifth board, one in the first row, which is fantastic. So thank you for pointing that out in here. And let's see what happens. And there we go. Then we're going to click on Click Center. And we're done.